Hello and welcome to my final match in the Seaside 2E Mix Pools, playing against Sirusc. I'm not sure if I've played them before or not. They've been around. I mean, I probably have. I don't know. They're a very orange board here. We've got a 5-2. Forest Dwellers. Spend a favor to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, discard any number, and put the rest back. Okay, so I think we actually do want to use that here then, because we can skip the 2-coin hand. That seems pretty good. Wow! Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Okay, so we got Wharf and Outpost and Fishing Village for villages. The only trashing is Develop. That's going to be a little awkward, but not too bad. I think we do want to start with a Wharf. I think that's, since we got the 5. Blockade, yeah, it's okay to gain Fishing Villages with it, but I don't know if that's super necessary. I guess Contract is also a village. So do we want to take a Blockade, or do we want to just take a Fishing Village or a Develop? Imagine if we'd gotten the Wharf in this hand. That would have just been insane. Like, we can develop, as I think I already said this, we can develop estates into Fishing Villages, which is definitely nice. I mean, we're gonna want pretty much all the Fishing Villages, so we were actually meant to take a Highwayman. I don't think so, though. I think the plus buy is better. We are going to want a Highwayman at some point, for sure. Yeah, so Blockade. And the thing is, we're on... Oh, wow. We're unlikely to have the terminal collision problem, and then if we have the Blockade, not next turn, but the turn after, we can use it to gain a Fishing Village, and we'll have the Fishing Village in play when we potentially have another Wharf in the deck. So, I mean, it's a reasonable... I think it's reasonable. Yeah, I think I'm willing to go for the Blockade. We saw 1 estate, which means this last card is an estate, so we're not going to hit 5 here. Definitely not taking a second Blockade, so I think I'll probably take... Maybe I'll take the Fishing Village here and take Develop off of Blockade, or I don't know. I guess we can kind of see. This is assuming we don't draw the Blockade dead, which we're unlikely to. If we do draw it dead, we can still buy a Develop or a Fishing Village, so that's not a problem. Well, I mean, it's not good, but it's not the end of the world. We can also use it to add payload, I suppose, in the form of silver. I don't know that that's very good, but more likely that we would want to just develop it, I think. Payload. Well, there's also smugglers. Okay. Right, so next turn we're going to have Blockade, Estate, 3 coppers. So we're going to get 2 3s. So I think I'm going to take the Fishing Village here. And we'll take Develop this turn. Knowing that if we draw cards, if we draw into an action on the Wharf, we wouldn't be able to play both the Blockade and Develop anyway. Well, they did see the Wharf turn to madness. Oh, we can actually buy, because we drew the Fishing Village, we can actually buy a Wharf. That's... So we're not going to draw any cards next turn. I think I want to have a fishing village down. Like if we take fishing village now, so we have 2 estates, 3 coppers in there. Take fishing village now. We take 4. We get 4 coins next turn. That doesn't really help. But what we block from taking it? I mean, I guess we could take. Like we get a fishing village going into the next shuffle. That's really what I'm thinking about here. Yeah, I think that is the play. Like we're gonna have a fishing village down going into the shuffle where you have 2 wharves coming in. That's gonna be pretty important, I think. And then this turn, maybe we take develop. Maybe we take. We could consider taking smugglers. I guess we do whichever. Like they're presumably not going to take a. Oh wow! You just ate that curse. Okay. I mean, they do need fishing village. Like they have the 2 wharves, they have the blockade, and they have no villages. That means we can take develop or smugglers. I think I want to get the develop. I want to start thinning. Smugglers. Smugglers is definitely good. It's possible that it's better. Trashing the estates would be really nice, though. They take the smugglers. Oh wait, I have 5. I can't math. In that case, do we take a 3rd wharf? I think so. Yeah, I forgot about the coin, the duration coin that I already had coming in. Okay, good. They don't get to play smugglers here. I'm probably going to need another fishing village this turn. So that's probably what I'm gaining off of blockade. It's definitely possible that we draw like another wharf and not another fishing village, and then we can't play both the wharves and the blockade. I'm not sure what I'm going to do if that happens. Might depend on... yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that just doesn't happen, I guess. But it did. It did. I honestly think, well, we have another wharf down here that we're almost guaranteed to see. We also have a fishing village. We know they have the smugglers coming up. It's like playing wharf to like potentially buy another wharf isn't as appealing as it would otherwise be. And if we take like double fishing village here and they smuggle it, they get a curse. I kind of like that. This is going to be an unfortunate shuffle trigger because it's only going to have 1 wharf in it. But what can you do? I mean, we'll have 2. No, we'll only have 1 duration wharf. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. no, take the curse. Oh, 2 curses. Okay, I'm fine with that. I mean, you do need the fishing villages, but yikes. Wharf. Oh, that was lucky. That was certainly lucky. Playing 3 fishing villages this turn. We do have 4 of them, I think. Like, I gained 1. Turn 3, turn 4, and then 2 last turn. Yeah, so I guess it's not ridiculous to play it here, and it also gives me a better 5 phase for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna take Wharf, and then I'm gonna take. Do we want Develop or do we want Smugglers? I think Develop. So long as we see at least one of our 2 wharves will be in pretty good shape. If we see both of our wharves will be in great shape. There is a possibility that we lose the wharf split here, but there is Highwayman to help out with that, so I'm not gonna like be super upset if that happens. If they find the smugglers, they can smuggle the wharf. Buy a wharf. Like they're very unlikely to be able to buy 2 wharves, but they could smuggle one. But there's certainly no guarantee that they find smugglers. Oh, they also have no actions. So yeah, never mind. Right, so yeah, we're going to want to get as many wharves as we can this turn, and then other than that, we want to look at Outpost and Highwayman. And taking more fishing villages, of course, will also be good. Isles are going to get to be a thing to look at potentially fairly quickly here. Like wars and fishing villages are obviously both going to run, and there's becomes potential for like an estate pile out or something like that. Yeah, the fact that they didn't. Oh no, they already had their blockade. Okay. The 3 curses that my opponent has taken really seem like hurt them pretty good. So we can't quite afford both wharves. That's too bad. We're certainly going to take another fishing village blockade. Develop. I think we take fishing village. Do we just empty the fishing villages? I mean, I think we do, because it's good. We could gamble one into play. Actually, we get a coin back. Yeah, let's do that. only one wharf in play. That is unfortunate, but still feel pretty good. You can smuggle the wharf, obviously. So yeah, we got 2 piles empty already. I have the fishing village advantage, which should be good from a like we can add more terminals more comfortably. I mean, they can use contract, but not as good as just being able to play the actions right away. So we are going to want to, if we can, we're probably going to want to pick up a province just to like have some buffer against a pile out. There's certainly not an easy pile out available to our opponent right now. Okay, so this is our 3rd wharf play of the turn. Do we want to develop the estate into something that we draw? We could develop it into a smuggler's and smuggle a contract. Just having the forest dwellers would actually be pretty nice. We can already afford province if we want to do that. So I don't think that's unreasonable. And we don't necessarily want to see a 4th wharf right now. We should also be thinking about outpost. And maybe we should be buying outpost, actually. We're going to have 9 coins minimum. But we can also always gamble the smugglers as well. That might actually be better. Yeah, okay. 3 fishing villages, huh? So I had 2 in play. This gets me to 10 coins. We're gonna develop this into a smuggler's. Question is, do I want to put 4 fishing villages in play? I think I do. I think I have 7. Because I gained 3 last turn. Right? I blockaded 1, I developed into 1, and then I bought 1. Yeah, so it should be fine to play it. Contract. We want to gamble some more. We could also scout. Because I'm thinking we want an outpost, but we don't really care about getting anything for 4. And maybe in that sense it would have been better to just draw the smugglers. If we gamble, we might hit wharf, which we kind of don't want to hit right now. So I'm thinking maybe we scout. We've seen 5 of our 7 coppers. We have 1 estate left. So in these 3 cards, we have exactly 2 coppers and an estate that we can discard with Scouting Party. We don't have anything we want to gamble into play with the other 2 coins, which is a little unfortunate. But I think I'm just going to do this. And leave that be. Still see 3 coppers on top. Oh well. I don't know, maybe it would have been better to get these things into play, and then maybe we would have had like a win lined up, but I didn't want to make that assumption. And with the outpost, like if they could gain and play an outpost, it's conceivable that they could win, but I don't really see how they would do that. They don't have... I guess if they specifically develop blockade, that would be how to do it. Even then, I have my doubts they would be able to manage it. But yeah, I probably should have thought more about that. That probably is a potentially winning line. It might not have the actions, like, to be able to draw and line that stuff up, but they have to see, like, develop in smugglers and be able to play... Oh no, wait, no, that doesn't work. No, never mind. They would develop the blockade and then gamble. They wouldn't need the smugglers. Yeah, that's actually... I should have probably hedged against that. I probably should have bought a province instead. And then plan to develop my own blockade into an outpost. That would have been a better line, I think. If I lose the game because of that, we'll know why. Actually, I guess province doesn't save me from an estate pilot anyway. I didn't have my blockade available last turn, so there wasn't really too much I probably could have done about it. So maybe what I did was actually correct in that it's maximizing my chances going into this turn on the assumption that I have a turn, and that's the only way that I'm winning the game. Yeah, if I take province and they take 8 estates, I lose. So I mean, it is again possible that even if they manage to do that line, that they can't actually get the 8 estates. With 1 wharf and 1 fishing village in play, going into an outpost turn, I could well believe that's not doable for them, especially if they have to spend 2 coins to gamble an outpost into play. It might still be their best shot. Well, they found it. So we'll find out. They do also have to gain a 3 cost on top of their deck, which is actually pretty bad for them. And I guess silver's fine. And they can, if they have the money to gamble after playing an outpost, well, they could put the outpost second and gamble the silver into play. It's coin neutral, and then so that's an option. I mean, in theory, a develop could help gain an estate, but yeah, even seeing this, I think I'm still favored right now, but it's gonna be annoyingly close. Maybe, Yeah, okay. You have something you can contract? Hopefully not. So the forest dwellers will definitely help. Yeah, so they can only get 2 estates here. I mean, maybe they're not even going to go for it. Like 6 estates on an outpost turn seems real dubious. Okay. Yeah, there's no way. And they have 2 wharves in play, but that is effectively like having 1. So like, yeah, there's no way they're getting 8 estates here. So I think we're fine. I'm not clear on whether what they did was even actually good or not. What does this outpost turn accomplish in the end? Guess we'll see. Like, I don't think they even have 16 coins in their deck. 3 fishing villages, 7 coppers is 10, a contract is 12. Yeah. And use develop for a gain, but that's not enough. Smugglers, I guess Smuggler still gains a contract, but you're not drawing decks, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, they have the silver now. So they actually have 14 coins. They're pretty close to the number of coins, actually. Probably don't have the buys, now that I think about it. 5 wharves, 6 buys. Develop gets you a 7th gain, but they did not use their forest dwellers. I guess if you're assuming you have to take another turn. Oh, never mind. Okay, right. That is the correct order. So makes sense. Thing that we can consider doing, I don't know if this is going to be good or not, to try to win the game, is developing fishing villages into tide pools and estates on the last turn that we're planning to take. That that would... How do you have positive 1 VP? Oh, you haven't trashed any estates. Okay. Anyway, on our last turn, we take, the tide pools can help us. Okay, so we could blockade an estate. Let's see. Should we could, I guess we could develop into another outpost to make sure that we find one, because we are not guaranteed to find one here. It would be pretty annoying not to. I mean, then we have this second useless outpost in our deck, which is unfortunate, but... Alternatively, we blockade state and smuggle contract. That doesn't really matter. We could do the develop fishing village into wharf tide pools, but I'm sorry, state tide pools. But like, if that doesn't, it's not really the right time for it, is the problem. Oh, I guess we can always gamble outpost into play. All right, let's just play the wharf then. Okay, we found our outpost, so we don't need to worry about that. Yeah, let's play another one. So we'll play one of these. We're definitely going to play the outpost. So we could develop. Let's see, blockade. Do we want to contract even? The contract. We have 10, 12 coins, 13 coins. Like we're almost there. If we just buy... We develop Fishing Village into Tide Pools estate. We don't gamble it into play. We have the Tide Pools on top. Blockade estate, that gets the blockade out of our deck, which is good. Contract the smugglers to get it out of the deck. I think that's the play. So we're gonna... Or maybe we develop the smugglers. Yeah. Yeah. We might as well play the Fishing Village then. Oh, there's only 6 estates left. I can't math. Okay, fine. We don't need the outpost turn. I failed to count something there. Blockade, the blockade plus develop, I guess, was 2 different gains that I, for some reason, did not correctly count. I was thinking I was going to be 1 state short, but nope. All right. This not as orange of a board. Is a board that doesn't... Oh, I guess contract is the village. Okay. They give shopkeepers... Well... Not the most exciting. We do get to put eventually plus buy on contract, which is something. Though it's not a lot of something because there's already plus buy from barge, and that's like what we're going to be using it to play anyway, I guess. I don't know. So the trashing is just amulet, so I think we're going to open with amulet. Question is what else? What else? Contracting hireling is kind of amusing. There's no way the contract gets set aside, right? There'd be no reason for it to. But like if you draw it dead, you can still get it into play a turn later. It's like maybe that's actually something worth doing at some point. I mean, we could also just play with mostly archives, like a couple barges. Vassal stuff seems challenging. Probably not worth going for. Maybe opening with a Tide Pools is actually correct. Like, how much does the discard really matter when, like, some of what we want to buy is supplies anyway? Supplies does have some anti-synergy with Amulet. But I don't think that's gonna matter so much, like, until much later. Double Amulet? I don't think, like, with the terminal, lack of terminal space, I don't think I want that. I think I am gonna take Tide Pools. As a renowned hater of Tide Pools, this is a strange situation in which to find myself, but alright, so I wish Gamble was on this board. It's like Secret Passage and Hireling and stuff. It'd be nice to be able to gamble. We could pursue, I guess. What would be the point of that? I'm not sure. If we pursue, like, I guess we would pursue estate. Like, keep the 2 estates on top, discard one of them, trash the other one. Well, wait, no. There's only 1 estate on top. Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll pursue estate and buy supplies. Oh. Oh! Okay, I guess the order doesn't matter here, but you can... The other order. Was, for some reason, not even realizing that. Alright, first 5, I think it's gotta be Barge. And then Contract. So we can play Barge and Amulet. Oh, they didn't get either their amulets at turn 3, so they had the sad. They either bottom decked an amulet or collided them turn 4. Bottom decking would be better in this case. I guess we'll see whether they play one. Not that that would actually definitively answer the question. I think I want a silver. Like, I think I want the 5 enough that I'm gonna not trash here. I guess I'll take a silver. So we know we have both Tide Pools and... Oh, no, wait. No, we just played our amulet. What am I talking about? Okay, yeah, then we definitely want to take Barge. Now we're going to take Contract. So what we could actually do is discard the horses and next turn the Barge and buy supplies here. That makes sure that we don't draw the amulet. I think I'm down for that. At some point, we're probably going to trash this tide pools. I don't think it's going to continue to be worth. We are equally trashed to our opponent. They do have trashed one more estate, but despite the fact that... Okay, so... I think I'm going to play the horse. Yeah. I was hoping to contract the tide pools, if anything, but... Oh well. Alright. We're just gonna go barge contract. We are gonna have a like with the tide. The reason I didn't want to play the tide pools is that the amulet tide pools supplies 3-way anti-synergy is definitely real. We don't have. What is this? Oh, this other card. No, it's not the other horse. I guess it's another supplies. Right. So, like, we kind of want to... maybe we just deal with it. I think... I mean, I guess I could take a hireling. I could go contract hireling. Sure. Oh, well, we actually found some copper. So now we have a choice to make. We could do the same thing we did before. Discard the 2 horses, trash a copper, buy supplies. Or we discard copper supplies, trash a copper, and play the horses. Probably that's better. Probably. We have actual stuff that we want to draw into. We get +1 coin on contract when we hit 5 favors, which means contract is just the best payload on the board, actually. It's better than gold. I mean, I guess you could argue for supplies in some ways, but... Okay. So I think this has got to be pursue supplies. What do we want to pursue? I guess we could just pursue the barge. Not sure if that was actually good or not. There's pretty minimal risk in just drawing with the barge here, I think. The odds that we draw actions without contract are not very high. If it's tide pools, do I really care? We are going to draw a card off Hireling, too. Possible that if I just draw like a copper, I should, or a supplies, I should just next turn the barge. Just take a 5. Probably be another barge. Because like playing the barge isn't going to get me anything. At that point, wouldn't get me anything. Like there's no way I'm gonna hit 10. I could hit 7, but getting another supplies isn't that exciting relative to making sure that I don't have terminal collision. Without a contract, that is. Silver. Now I have 6 coins, which... Yeah, I think I'm just going to next turn it, take the barge. Maybe I'll trash the tide pools this turn. I don't know. Or just not play it. Or play it. Or contract it. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I guess if we get to next turn the barge, then playing the tide pools and then next turning the barge isn't so bad. In which case we'd probably be contracting the amulet. I guess contracting the barge versus contracting the amulet is... It's actually better to play the amulet and contract the barge, and then play the barge for now, next turn, than it is, because then we get the trash in faster, so... Goal this turn is... Maybe we're going for contract hireling again? I'm not sure. Not find the barge. Did find the barge. Okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. I can't math. This is 13. It's fine. Alright. I don't need to be able to math, right? That's not important. Theory we could pursue. We're gonna draw 4 cards Like I guess, what's that? What's the last card here? I think it's another supplies. I guess I would rather not have that on top of my deck. We'll pursue the horses. I mean, maybe just contract barge is better. I definitely see that. Definitely want a contract. Do we want a barge or do we want a hireling? I think we want the barge. So yeah, we're gonna draw 4 cards and then discard 2 and trash 1. Not a lot of net draw, but we do have these horses. I think we've still pretty much kept even in trashing, which is kind of remarkable. Wait, how do you... Oh, this is start of turn. Okay, I thought for a second it had like plus actions from something. I was going to be confused. One problem with going for the contracted barges over just taking the hireling is that it means that we don't get to play the contracts as often, and the contracts are pretty good payload. But I wanted to get a third buy. It's not entirely clear to me whether 3 barges is enough to get 3 buys every turn. I don't think it is. I feel like it can't be. But I don't know. I guess you have 2 coppers set aside, or you just don't want to trash copper? Okay. But then why you hit 12? Why wouldn't you want to trash copper? Let's gain the silver next turn. I guess you get another supplies. That. Right. So we can draw our whole deck. Oh, wait. Do we have another barge down here? Is that what that last card is? We should have 3 barges. I'm gonna feel really stupid if I'm wrong about that, but should have 3 barges. Yeah. Okay. We definitely want another contract, right? Could just go double barge. Tiles are kind of low. Not so low that there's any way that our opponent empties, though, right? That would require 24 coins, not to mention 4, 5, 6 buys, and then another buy for points. Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about that too much. But maybe getting another contract, another barge is better than double barge anyway. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. So if we basically drew deck last turn, despite the loss of the cards from tide pools, you would think that we would draw a deck this turn, but I think that's not actually what's going to happen because we don't have the amulet in play, and the extra barges and contracts are actually kind of more stop cards now than they were last turn. Although we do have the tide pools itself, so. There's a lot of coins. Actually a little surprising that they were able to draw. I guess they had an extra horse carried over this turn. And they did have the archives still in play. But I was going to say, it's a little surprising that they're able to draw like that many more coins than I am, given essentially the same number of barges. I have like a hireling instead of the archives. It's just close to a wash. Like they're sustaining these extra silvers. I'm not sure what is enabling them to do that. Although they didn't draw a deck here, so like they did see all of their barges. I don't know what these 4 cards are. Oh no, those are just the horses. Never mind. Yeah, they did draw a deck. Yeah, I am confused. I think it's got to be we play the barge, not the amulet, right? Yeah, I'm really confused about this draw situation. Well, we've got to contract some barges. How much is clear? The question is, do we contract the tide pools? We lose out on some money next turn if we do. Get some extra draw, but we have more draw going into this turn. I don't really like contracting the amulet very much either. Yeah, I think not. supplies seems like not a safe buy. We could take an estate. I mean, our opponent is not going to have the buys to empty these piles. We know that. Actually, we're going to get a bunch of extra buys next turn. Because we're going to hit, well, not a bunch, but we're going to get a couple extra buys. Maybe I do take the supplies. Because they've only got 7 favors. They do have 5 contracts. I think. I think they must. Unless I have 5 contracts and they only got... so at the start of their turn, they had 1 contract. Played 2 contracts. Maybe they do. Maybe I have 5 contracts. Maybe that last card was another contract. Doesn't seem right, but... Oh, I bought 2 contracts last turn. I don't think I realized I did that. Plays a contract, plays a contract. Started a contract. Yep, I have 5 contracts. Okay, so that means I'm going to get 4 extra buys. Which means I will definitely have like a pile threat. They have 4 contracts, so they will get... Like, they'll have the 2 barges, 1 buy plus 2 barges, 3. They'll play a barge 4, and then they'll have a 5th buy. Okay, so no, I should not take the supplies. Should I take the estate? I think the answer is yes, because of the number of provinces left. They should have a worse turn this turn than they did last turn, because they added stop cards, didn't add draw. I should actually have about as good of a turn, because I contracted more barges than I had the previous turn. Maybe it's not going to matter. Like, maybe they have enough. Oh, they have the archives. Yeah, okay. Although, depending on what they see with the archives, that could reduce their payload. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to triple. They might be able to double province and duchy. I don't see how they could triple. Because they already had the plus coin on the contracts. So the estate is potentially going to enable me to... Well, because I don't have the payload to double province and duchy, though, I don't think. I'm still confused about how they're drawing all these extra cards. I mean, I guess they have some silvers instead of contracts, but then that should be less payload. So I'm just confused. I'm just confused. I also have the hireling that they don't have. Like, I don't get it. Well, I guess contracts that are setting cards aside are not as much money, but didn't have as much set aside? I don't know. I'm so confused. Same number of supplies. I think I actually have fewer copper left. I played 3, yeah. So I have 3. That's all of my copper. They have 4. They've had some set aside on the archive. How did they get so much extra payload last turn? I mean, I guess it was only 4 more coins, but still. It is unclear to me. But, you know, depending on what the archives saw, they may actually not be able to do double province duchy. And if they can't do double province duchy, then I think I'm in good shape. If they can, I think it's going to be very difficult. I might be able to take a tie of a double province, double estate, maybe if I can, because I had 18 coins without this contract. So if I draw, like I have the tide pools available. If I draw with that, and I can hit 20, then I could take double province, double estate. I can't gain and play with the amulet, but that's, I mean, if I had done that, played that last turn, it would just be neutral, because I would actually be -1 coin, because the contracts are worth 3. So, yeah, I just need them not to hit 21, I guess. Unless there's some magic way that I get to hit. Okay. Big province, double duchy, that makes sense. Well, if we don't see the tide pools, can't use it. Those 2 cards are copper and tide pools. So playing this barge is not very good. So province double duchy is, for me to respond to with province double duchy is certainly dangerous. They are going to have extra buys now, so a pile out threat is imminent. 4, 8, 9, 17, 18. Wait, really? How do I have less money than... Or how do I not... I'm so confused. Mostly I'm confused by how they are sustaining all these silvers, I guess, but... Is it just the archives? I guess it's probably just the archives, but... Well, it's got to be correct to play the amulet. And it's probably... We want to play it for a coin. We can triple duchy. It's kind of sad, but we can do it. Actually, that doesn't really protect against a pile out, does it? They're gonna have... They have 4, so they're gonna have 1 extra buy. So... We take silver here. 9... 10, 13, 15, 16, 17. I think the answer is yes, because I don't think the 1 extra coin does anything. Yeah, they're gonna play 3 barges total, which is 4 buys, and then they're gonna get a buy from 2 contracts. 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They'd have to hit 21. I mean, there's not really anything I can do about it, though. Taking an estate now is I mean, it might make a difference. I don't know. We do have the tide pools on top, so we will have the extra draw. And it's just going to get... The situation is just going to get worse, but... I also have that copper on top. We could pursue and have a 50% chance of getting rid of it. Doesn't seem worth it. I think I'm just going to take the estate. Probably we're going to lose here. Because the archives are at their strongest right now, which offsets the greening somewhat. Yeah, I probably needed like one more draw card here. They drew all but one card from their deck, but depending again on what they have set aside with the archive. Oh, yeah, they didn't even need to buy the estate. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not sure how much of that was bad play on my part and how much of it was first player advantage for my opponent. It didn't, you know, it's very close, right? Okay, so this is Bridge Troll Megaturn thing for sure. We want to get thin, and we also want to hit 5. What are the best ways to do that? I feel like Church Amulet, that helps get us thin. The Amulet can gain silvers to help us hit 5. Church can also set cards aside to help us hit 5. So I could think that's plan. I mean, we're not really going to want silvers in our deck ultimately, but like a silver to get us going would be reasonable. Double Church is also an option. Maybe that's better. That is going to be better at hitting 5. And it's not a terminal, which is good. Like, Amulet is the faster trasher, but Church is very flexible. Yeah, I think actually I'm going to go double Church. Oh, 5-2, huh? I think that might actually be worse here. All right, this is just going to be a full set aside. 2 coppers and an estate. I do think Barge is the first 5 that we want to buy. Great. Okay, so we hit 5 here. Yeah, we will take a barge. We're going to need to get some village greens, obviously. Might even take 2 barges before we take a bridge troll. I'm not totally sure. We don't necessarily need a lot of... I mean, because Gamble is on the board, we don't necessarily need a lot of draw. But we definitely need some. Alright, this is going to be a village green. Our opponent has not taken a Trasher yet. Which is partially just because the price points they've been hitting, I suppose, but it seems not great for them. We're going to have a little bit of a tricky thing to figure out here with next turn, because we're going to have the church and then the barge. What we could do is set aside 3 coppers and next turn the barge. That would certainly be reasonable. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And that way, I mean, we should pretty much draw our deck off of that. We'll have church, 1 estate, 4 coppers, 3 coppers haunted me or whatever. The village green, draw 3 of the cards. We won't, maybe we won't quite, but I probably will actually just go straight for bridge troll at that point. Might even be able to gamble it into play. Depending on how many coins I draw and whether I see the village green and the church, and that's complicated. Whether I see the estate. Obviously, I hope I see the estate so that I can trash it. I mean, even if I don't get to gamble into play, it's fine, but I think there might be a chance. I think it's low. Wow, 3 barges. Oh, okay, I definitely can gamble into play. I thought I had more cards than I have. I miscounted. Even though I'm pretty sure I knew exactly what all the cards were, I think I just failed to count correctly. I mean, this is fine. It's not like 1 copper would have been, like, setting aside 1 copper would have been any good. But I do feel a bit silly for not realizing that. But yeah, I think we'll have 7 coppers and 2 buys, so we can buy bridge troll and then gamble. I guess we might as well church the village green. Nope. Let's misclick that. Maybe I was meant to... Yeah, I was totally meant to church... Why didn't I just play church and then play village green for next turn? That was stupid. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it was still stupid. Literally does not matter as we draw 4 cards anyway, but yeah, I don't know why I did that. I mean, I guess it matters in the sense that we would get to look at one more card. So we're going to have 6 coins, which is enough to gamble another bridge troll into play. Okay. Good. We could fail to draw here. Yeah. We don't see the barge. Oh well. Ghosting the bridge troll is really good. Maybe we should actually consider getting a ghost if we have the like, we haven't really seen the Haunted Mirror in our opening hand, but I guess one thing we can do here is just do some gambling. If we hit the other bridge troll, we might not have the coins to buy anything though. Especially because of the bridge troll attack. Well, it's still got to be correct to trash, because we got to get rid of this stuff. Okay. Great. So we can set aside nothing and gamble. Or we can set aside 2 coppers and clear the attack. Although they're going to play bridge troll again, so in a way it might be better to set aside 3 and not bother. I feel like I'm falling behind though. Like, having the extra draw is ultimately outpacing what I'm doing here. Like, if I'd found my barge, I would have been fine, but I didn't, so... Nor did I find my bridge troll. 50-50 chance of hitting either barge or bridge troll. Hitting barge isn't actually that important. I mean, I guess it'd be nice, but... Yeah, I think clearing the token is not actually good. I think I want to be able to ensure that I... Oh, man. No village green. I guess there was only a 1 in 3 chance. Seeing that anyway. If I had the village green in hand, this would be a great time to take a ghost. As it is... We have our other bridge troll down here, too. Ugh. What's the other card that we don't have? I mean, it's got to be... Oh no, it's just those two. Village Green and Bridge Troll, right, yeah, so that's pretty annoying. Oh, we might actually not get Bridge Troll attacked here. In which case... Oh well. Unfortunately, if we double gamble, we aren't going to be able to afford to buy anything. Of coins. We need 3 coins to buy a bridge troll, even if we gamble into the one. So... I'm going to delay the barge, of course. Yeah, it's probably better to just not gamble and to trash. I think we don't take ghosts here. We could consider taking it next turn. We can gamble another bridge troll into play. Ugh. Should they, or should they just take double bridge troll? I'm not actually sure. Well, they don't have any villages either, which is kind of awkward. I could see the argument for getting like a merchant guild too, honestly. Just to like generate some econ that's not just cost reduction. If I'm Sirusc here, buy merchant guild, gamble it into play. I have 2 coins left, buy a village green, and I get some coffers. They can buy a village green now, but yeah, I think we don't take the ghost here. Probably aim to take it next turn. Oh, we don't have enough. Oh crap, hold on. We don't have enough to buy a bridge troll. Damn it, that's annoying. Actually take a merchant guild. I think even just having 1 merchant guild is going to make a pretty big difference. Let me trash the rest of my coppers. It's almost like getting draw. And it also gives me coins to be able to gamble with. gambling for you this turn. Well, not gambling anything into play anyway. I still have 2 estates left. That explains why I'm not losing worse than I am. I thought falling pretty far behind, but having 2 estates is a pretty big problem. Don't see the haunted mirror. Are you serious? This would have been the perfect time for freaking Ghost. Ugh. Right. Well, nothing to be done about it. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have 4 coins. Shoot, I probably shouldn't have trashed, actually. I guess what we do is we set aside just the Haunted Mirror and hope that we can do the Village Green thing with it next turn. We don't have the money to gamble here. We just have to settle for taking another Bridge Troll. And no, we don't. Not only do we not see our Village Green, we don't see the frickin' barge either. Man, it's just like it's going so badly. Oh man, if we had seen the Haunted Mirror last turn, that would have been so much better. Could have ghosted a Bridge Troll. Would have been fantastic. Would have been given us a significantly higher chance of seeing Village Green or Barge this turn. There would only be 3 cards down there rather than 4 cards. Whew. We do have a Bridge Troll in play, which means we still don't have enough money to buy. Well, I guess we can buy a Village Green. Which probably means we play the Merchant Guild and delay the Bridge Troll rather than the other way around. Ugh. Definitely would take a... Well... Merchant Guild... Okay. You want to set some cards aside? Oh, okay. Oh, you don't have Second Church. Do that with Merchant Guild first. Everything still costs 2, but you have an extra coin. Yeah, maybe that's not better. I don't know. Great. So there's only 2 Bridge Trolls left. Yeah, I'm definitely losing this game. It's so... Missing the barge the 2 times that I did. It's just like stuff did not quite line up here. It definitely could have. This offsets and we have 4 coins. I think we have to... I mean, we need a frickin' bridge troll. I think we can win this game. We probably can't win this game either way, but... I think we've got to be able to get one more bridge troll going. Couldn't we have just... And now, once again, we don't have the stuff set aside, so we can't do the village green on a mirror thing. Frustrating. Probably our opponent can just win this turn with, like, if they've got cost reduction enough that, like, it's free to gamble, or it's free to take merchant guilds, so they could, like, I don't think that was correct, though. Like, that doesn't do anything. Oh, you do have enough buys. No, you don't. Oh, you have a victory point. Oh, amazing. Well, I don't think there was much I could have done differently there. Like, I could have taken a second barge earlier, but I don't know. I don't know if that would have done the trick. I could have taken a barge, gambled it into play instead of the bridge troll the first time that I did that, and then had like that as a duration thing. Maybe that was what I needed to do, because there were some turns after that where I didn't really accomplish anything where I would have if I'd had the draw. Yeah, I could believe that was my mistake. So I don't actually know what the standings are for this, for our group. Let me see if I can that up really quickly. So yeah, if I lose this game, I have to win this game to advance, it looks like. Okay. So there's some incentive for getting like a bunch of native villages here, or just estates, I guess. You can get as many favors as you want with contract in theory. It's not like a power favor gainer though. We're gonna need native villages anyway, because that's the plus actions. I want to play with wharves. Barge is mostly just worse, so probably not so much barge. There's mastermind. Mastermind with the duration draw is going to be pretty complicated. Enchantress, huh? This is my chance to messenger if I want a messenger. I don't know that I do want to do that. There's no trashing. Probably having at least one silver is a good idea. If my opponent wants to messenger me a terminal, I'd rather not take one now, so I think I'm going to do that. And then we can consider Enchantress if we don't have something messengered to us. Double silver could also be fine, honestly. Then the Enchantress attack doesn't do anything. Just get some wharves. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go double silver. I don't... Enchantress isn't real... Ah, crap. Okay, I guess this is double native village, actually. But yeah, Enchantress isn't really what I want to spend my terminal space on. I mean, it's not bad, but... Okay, good. We hit 5. I guess Pirate can gain contracts, so something to keep in mind. Well, this is not great. Other side of silver. We just take another one. I mean, now that we have 2 native villages, an Enchantress looks pretty reasonable. I guess I'll take an Enchantress. Great. That's great. Okay. This is maybe going to be excessive, but I'm going to take 2 more native villages. God, we still can't hit... Oh, never mind. We have a wharf in play. Ugh. Alright, I guess I'm picking up so that I can buy another wharf. I'm losing this game too. Well... We did hit 5 here, so maybe we're going to be okay. Oh, there's the Enchantress. It's gotta be Wharf Native Village. Hmm. And I think we just keep taking wars until they're gone, and then maybe we take barges. Like, I don't know if it actually. Oh, good. Hopefully I. Oh, interesting. Okay, you are going for Mastermind. This is awkward. Am I gonna find another native village? I don't know that I am. Do I pick up my other native village? I think... Because the problem is that if we get, like, by getting enchanted, like, you get some awkward spots with that. I'm gonna set aside again. Oh, great. Kind of afraid of that. We want a tracker? Ugh. Could take another enchantress. We could messenger native village. That's probably better. We do need to get a contract at some point here. Maybe the messenger was actually bad and I should have just bought native village. But the deck discard could be useful, and it will be a card that we can pig, so... If we see it in our opening hand, which obviously we're not guaranteed to do... So yeah, we've got 2 native villages set aside, which is probably too many. Definitely stand to pick those up. But we get the chance. We are going to draw 4 cards. The odds are probably in our favor, but... by no means guaranteed. And if I see like 1 wharf, I'm going to have to just pig the native village to play the wharf. So ideally, I see the messenger, I suppose. Second native village would be alright too. I have yet to set aside a junk card with my native villages. Pretty egregious. Pirate. Oh god. Here we go again. I guess we're doing this. Another native village. Seriously? I guess we play the wharf now. We have 9. Hmm. Would definitely prefer 10, but I guess... Oh my god! Alright, Wharf, Enchantress. And now... Okay, we see the Messenger, which means we definitely will get to pick up that Wharf. My god. It's like I've set aside a Wharf, a Silver, and 3 or 4 native villages. Like, what the heck is going on? Got the Mastermind. That is pretty scary. You can buy contracts so you can play your pirate. Of course, you might not have your pirate, but... Yeah, I would like to get Masterminds now. I definitely want to get a contract for the Plateau Shepherd's points. I mean, we could pick the native village, but I think that's actually worse. Amazing. Side of silver, great. Well, it's fine. A wharf. Okay. Yeah, let's grab a mastermind. Still don't really have enough draw. Do I have enough draw on this board? I assume that this wharf will only be played normally twice next turn too. Like the first play will be pigged, even if I don't play an Enchantress. I'm not really sure about that. Because like, well, I don't know. Like you don't have that, the text there like didn't fly, you know? So I don't know, it's weird. I feel like I've just been like behind this entire game. Maybe just player one stuff though. Could be the native village stuff too. I'm not super far behind, but my opponent does have 2 masterminds. Do we both have 4 wharves? Maybe not, actually. Maybe I have more wharves. I could believe that. I have 2 wharves in play. I have 1 set aside. I have 1 right here. And I had duration wharves, so I guess I must have at least 5 wharves. We are going to draw 6 cards, so hopefully we find something that we can dig. And again, hopefully it's the messenger. Not that the odds of that are terribly good. I mean, if we get another native village, it'll be fine. Keep having to pick wharves, which is really annoying. Yeah, I guess in terms of 5 costs gained, they've gained 1 more mastermind and a pirate, and I've taken 2 wharves instead. So maybe I'm not actually as far behind as, or haven't been as I thought, as it felt. I guess so long as I have an enchantress in play, no matter what, like the first play of the wharf is pig. But yeah, I'm really actually not sure about the... Like, it got pigged this turn, and therefore there's no duration text, and therefore maybe it just does nothing. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess it's not being played by the mastermind, so it may well be that it gets pigged. It gets pigged once. Like for there's only 2 duration plays, and one of them gets pigged. That actually could be the case. Although you would get to choose instead to like mastermind something else with the other mastermind first, but. I need to get some more water. I've been waiting because I didn't want to do it at the start of my turn, but... See, that I did in fact have time. I would think what you would do here is you would take Wharf, Mastermind, or possibly... Oh, okay. Okay, plenty of native villages. I guess we might as well set aside, because we're going to pick up, but That's kind of an... Outside the messenger? The ideal. Okay. Let's take another mastermind. You have your pirate in play, so if we're going to take a contract, now is the time to do it. Don't necessarily care too much about getting multiple contracts, but we could take a pirate. It's going to be slow though, right? And we get the money next turn. We take that. We're going to have the mastermind. We have 3 wharves in play and enchantress. So we are not going to lack for draw. I'm going to take the contract. It's even possible that I should not mastermind Wharf because, well, but then the next turn, we're probably going to want that. So you do get the 3 Wharf plays. Or maybe, no, wait, no, you don't. You had another Wharf in play. Yeah, okay. But wait, why didn't one of these get pigged? Well, because it's not, you're not playing the card. Right. Okay. That all makes sense. I've been worried about a pile out here. They can get the VP from contract and then get, I don't think they have 17 coins. Maybe they do. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think they only have 13 coins. Oh. Oh no. Messenger to get to 15. That should still not be enough because the first one was enchanted. Yeah, okay. Now if they lower piles, I will be able to threaten that. They also don't have a mastermind coming in, and they have no wharves coming in, so their next turn is going to be garbage. They don't even have an enchantress in play. What the hell happened? Yeah, province makes a lot of sense. Now, can I win on my turn, and should I try? And again, I don't have to necessarily decide that right away, but... Messenger for a state doesn't do anything, so there's no reason to do that. So, well, it reduces the number of gains that I need, but that's whatever. Okay, so I think it's gotta be the wharf that we mastermind, right? What do we have set aside? The messenger. We're gonna want to pick that up. I mean, I guess we just do Well, what else do we have down here? We don't have another wharf. So we don't have much of value down here. 3 coppers, an estate, and another native village? 2 native villages, right? I have 6. Oh, 2 coppers, an estate, and 2 native villages. Okay, so we don't need, like, any of that. Maybe we want the copper. Maybe. I think we do want the messenger. So, like, what I'm thinking is we do pick up and then we do a bunch of set-asides. How much money do we want? 6, 7, 11, 12, 13. So we could get to 14. So we can't win. Why does this show a 1? Whatever. We can't win now. 14 versus 13 is not really an important difference. So I think, yeah, we do pick up, set aside, set aside. Those 2 coppers. So we could, we pick up now. So maybe I made a mistake here because I'm gonna, but I mean, 13 is enough. We do have 6, 7, and 6 is 13. Yeah, that's enough for province contract. The one problem is we don't have another mastermind to play next turn. But, like, hopefully we could just win the game. I guess it's going to be hard to win the game because we're not going to have enough money. Well, no, we have 15 money in the deck. So if we had 2 coins, we have 17 money in the deck. So we should be able to win the game. Yeah, okay. Oh, well, all right. Whatever. The 2 things that we didn't set aside were the native villages. That's probably good. We could contract a native village, but I don't think we want to. We're basically the pirate. That's annoying. The odds of that were very low. It's like 2 in 21. But you should have an absolute garbage turn here, so I think you did get to set aside 4 or pick up 4 cards, but I still think you should have a garbage turn. Like, that's all of your wars, or maybe you have a 4th. Odds that you find that have to be terrible. You got 15 more cards to go through. Even if you do find it, you're not drawing all the money in your deck. Yeah. I mean, I guess the issue is that they take province. If they only get to play 1 of their 3 contracts, then like I can't empty piles on estates for a win if they take province. Oh, they can't afford province. Oh, they can't afford. Okay, so if I can find both of my contracts, then I get to 4 Plateau Shepherd's points, which means I can win by emptying piles. So that is the goal. Okay. So we have 5 buys. We only need 7 buys. One of those buys is going to come from Pouch. So we can definitely just play Wharf 3 times. Side, 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 side. Pick up all that stuff. Play 2 more wharves. Doesn't matter. We could contract this native village. I think it remains the case that we wouldn't want to, even if the game were continuing. Exact damage. Oh. Alright, we made it. I was closer than I would have liked. Like, considering you messed this one up. I'm not sure what that means. Like, are they saying they should have won the game? That might be true. Maybe they mean that they went for it on that second to last turn when they didn't actually have the capacity to win. Which screwed them up, but I don't know. GG otherwise. Like, I'm a little like, hey, wait a minute. Like, that's kind of rude. But anyway, I mean, I think like having the extra wharves was good. I mean, they did get a 4th wharf, but it was kind of late. They got, if I recall correctly anyway. Like, I had 5 to their 3. They took the pirate. I think the pirate was not good. I get the concept. If there was trashing on this board, I think absolutely, like, pirate could have played like a strong role to get the contracts going, but as it was, it's like, it's just slow. You need to get so much draw. So, but yeah. Anyway, after winning my first matches like 8-0, having it come down to I need to win the last game was unexpected and a little bit distressing, but I managed. So I will be moving on to the bracket stage of this tournament. Don't know what the format's going to be, don't know when that's going to start or anything else about it, but at some point that'll happen. Otherwise, we should be playing league matches in the next week or so. So thanks for watching, and until then.